What's up, guys? Welcome back to another honest drone camps review. I'm Justin Davis. Be sure to make your comment down below because we're giving away an Eachine Novice 4 with a Radiomaster TX12, a charger, and all the things you need to get up and flying. This little quad has a goggles with it as well, so you can record the videos in the goggles, and if that was your first quad, it would be really sweet. It is a 4-inch FPV race quad with return to home GPS, and we're giving that away to one lucky subscriber. So make your comment. First thing you have to do is subscribe, make your comment, and for fun, just let us know where you're from. Today's review, we're gonna check out a couple different things here. We're gonna fly this quad. This is from Avant Quads. You can check these guys out on avantquads.com down below, and you can pick up one of these for about $228 without the RX on there. When you add an RX, it's going to add a little more cost to it. $14 for an XM Plus and an extra $32 for the Crossfire Nano one here. I was having a ball with this quad. I originally flew the Avio 3, and this one's the 3.5 with the Caddx Baby Rattel version and Brother Hobby Motors. I mean, this thing is super fast, super well tuned, and an alternative to something out there like the other 3.5s that we reviewed on the channel, like the Emax Baby Hawk HD. And this one's great because it's analog. He's also coming out with an HD version of this, so if you wanted to have an Avio with HD on there, if you're an DJI guy, you can also do that. And really important release that came out last week, right about, I believe I maybe got this last Wednesday or so. Caddx released a Starlight version of their Polar Vista combo. You can get this with the Vista, and you'll be able to fly your DJI quad at night. This guy is crazy, super awesome. It looks great at night. If you want to fly near dusk or as the sun's going down and it gets dark, you can still continue to fly with this camera. It's crazy. It has brightness contrast adjustment. You can bring up the color ratio and the saturation and bring it way up. It's amazing that you can see green grass at night with this camera. It's just, it blows me away. People have been asking for a Starlight camera for a DJI system for a long time. Runcam's also coming out with their own version of a DJI camera, so very interesting to see both of the two top companies coming out with their own licensed versions of DJI cameras. This is really cool. So this is, it does say on here, licensed version. So yeah, I'm not making that up. It says licensed version. So Caddx is licensed with DJI to be able to create these products for you guys, and it's pretty cool. You can get this in a few different ways. You can get it with the Vista, you can get it the camera alone, which is cool, and I have the camera alone version. It also comes with a really nice UFL connector antenna here that will come off the Vista. It looks like a different design here, a little thinner, which is cool, and it's tall enough for a little long range action. And the camera is here. It's a little stout and it's silver, and it plugs in just like any other Caddx Vista or air module camera. It just snaps right into place, and then there's a little screw that goes over top of the metal piece that goes down, and there you have it. That's how easy it would be to hook this camera up. So no soldering needed. You can just plug it in and go. So this one is going to be super popular. It's about the same price as something like the Nebula, or maybe even a little cheaper. So this is going to be a big thing for guys that want to fly near or after dark. Or I think this will be a great camera coming up this fall. It's crazy that it came out in the summertime, because really when you have those overcast days, that's when this camera is going to be the juicy juice to have this winter. It's going to be great for overcast days. So without further ado though, let's go out like we always do. We'll fly this Avio 3.5 from my guy over at Avant Quads, and we'll see what this bad boy is all about. Expect some really fun flying with this one and a really nice tune. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome back from the flight test. I think the video, as always, it's, proves in the video how well the tune looks on this one. This one is flying really good, and it is a 4S beast. It is flying in GHF F4 AIO flight controller with 20 amp ESCs on there. 121 grams, not bad. That's without a battery. You can also put a little D-case GoPro in this bad boy. I think it's a little bit too small for a GoPro or something, but with a 4S 650, that'll get us up to 181 grams, not bad. And with the 850, that's gonna get us up to 219. And my favorite battery with this quad, getting me well over 5 minutes flight time, is the 4S 1100. This GNB 4S 1100 is a great for a 3.5 inch. So that even still puts me at 211, and I still have room to put a little action camera on there, whether it's a GoPro, D-case GoPro, or maybe like a Insta360 Go 2, or even the original Go on this would be pretty awesome. I've flown the original Go on the Avio 3-inch, and it's no problem, but all under 250 grams, which is pretty sweet. So the quad itself is all 3K carbon fiber from a guy over at Avant, and they come bind and fly. They don't come ready to fly, unfortunately for you guys, but I will say that all of his quads come to me ready to fly out of the box, and they're usually really nicely tuned. And this little guy is no exception. I mean, the tune on here is really, really nice. It even has a built-in BIA Heli RPM filters already set up on here, so it is running super smooth. The Brother Hobby motors on here are 1504.5 motors, and let's see if I can just zoom in here so you guys can see those real quick. Brother Hobby, if you don't know it, they're like some of the top motors out there for FPV racers. Just spin that all the way around. 1504.5, and that's usually what we do for a 3.5 inch is the 1500 series, and 3950 kVs. And that's good for 4S. We got 3 bolts on the bottom. We have 3mm beveled replaceable arms on this quad as well. TPU front mount, and that is super protective looking there. It's got a little venting on the side and from the bottom, hiding that baby ratel. What do you guys think about that baby ratel? I think that thing looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of that. I like this one better. Way better than the Ant. I can't stand the Ant camera. I think that one's a little bit low resolution. And from the side, you can see the stack. You see that AIO down bottom. That's your 20 amp ESCs, F4 flight controller there. Look how nicely soldered those ESCs are. Nice and shiny there. Up top, we have that little VTX setup with our Rush Cherry in the back. That's the Rush Cherry right-hand circular polarized antenna. And that is just mounted to these 2 standoffs. I also put another zip tie. He actually zip tied it off here, which some of these companies don't do that. They leave this thing hanging back here, but it's really important that you zip tie the main VBAT wire coming off the ESCs, because if you ever eject a battery and it gets pulled, it can break the tabs off of the ESC, and that'd be really bad for your 4-in-1 ESC, because there's no way to fix that. You've got your micro USB port on the left-hand side right here. It has a 4-bolt top plate release as well. And I like that nice flat top. So that means that I could run battery on top or battery on bottom, whichever way you want to use it. It's around 1.5 millimeters top plate though. So if you have a really hard crash, you could pull that off. But it does have 4 holes up top as well for something else. If you wanted to add something else up here, not sure why you would, or you want to do a hanging suspended mount there, you can also do that. But that's pretty cool. And a lot of 3D printed parts here. You also get in the box a couple extra arms, which a lot of these companies have not been doing recently. I believe in years past, like the Ishin Wizard came with some extra arm, like maybe 1 extra arm, which was pretty nice. But that's pretty sweet. Custom Avant strap. This is 200mm long. It will accommodate that 1100 battery. You've got 3mm bottom plate sandwiched in between here with the replaceable arms, which is sweet. And it has a metal buckle, which I love. That also is good stuff. XT30 here. And overall, I think, this is a great flying quad. Honestly, anything you buy from this guy, it's gonna fly great. He's kind of like one of the underdogs out there that really doesn't get enough press, really, I think, in our community. I feel like Avant should be more talked about. He has a whole series of quads too, from like 2-inch frames all the way up to like 7-inch quads. So you can get 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7-inch frames from him. You can also get a ton of different bind and flies. And Nick Burns and all those guys have reviewed these a while back. Go check out my Avio 3 review. Also a really wild ride, and that's the one where I was flying the Insta360 Go on there. If you want to see a little smoother footage, but I think overall I am pretty happy with this, and I'm very excited about the Polar Vista kits coming out. You know, by the way, also you can get this camera alone with the Vista or with an air module. So this also works with an air module. So if you already have an air module or a Vista, just order the camera only and grab one of these for those darker days. Or if you want to fly in a parking lot at night, you could do some freestyle at night, or maybe even some night racing, which would be super cool. So thanks again for watching my reviews, guys. Make your comments down below and get entered in to win that Eachine Novice 4 coming up. It's going to be pretty awesome. So take care, guys. I'm Justin Davis. Be well, and I'll see you on the next one.